monitors on. We're setting them for functional training. All right, so make sure your heart rate monitor is set for functional training. You can keep the voice prompt on. So right now I can see that my heart rate is at 83 beats per minute, represented as a percentage that's 47%. Make sure you have your water nearby, at least 20 ounces of water. Natural bodies matter, so we're going to be moving our own body without the need for a gym. So we're going to put the heart rate monitor nearby, keep the voice prompt on so you know that you're safe. And also, this is going to help to give you an indicator, right? Some kind of a trend to see how much energy or fuel or adipose tissue or fatty tissue, et cetera, that you're expending during a workout. So this is going to make more sense to those people that are doing coaching with me to transform your body without pills and surgery and all that other jazz. So I'm going to have this right by. I can see the beats per minute and I can see the percentage at the same time. If you want recommendations for how to use the heart rate monitor effectively, which is a little bit different than a fitness tracker, reach out and we meet every Sundays for coaching. All right. So we're going to leave that by, have something to wipe up your face. We're going to ensure that we're tucking our pelvis under. So that means here's your bowl of your pelvis, right? Moves with your hips and your glutes. Make sure that you tuck it under. If you're arching this way, you're going to compromise and pinch your back. So tuck your pelvis under. Draw your belly button in toward your spine. So you want to draw this in so that your core muscles, it's a group of muscles, are supporting your back. That's their job. Even if you have water retention or fatty tissue on top of it, not a problem, right? So tuck that under. Give your shoulders a nice roll around, down, and back. We want your shoulders depressed. Only depression we want is shoulder depression. So you want a lot of space between your ear and also your shoulder. Your shoulders are also slightly retracted. If they're rounded and you're doing push-ups, you're going to be, with every push-up, really compromising your shoulders. Then as far as alignment, we're going to check in that our ankles, our knees, our hips, and our shoulders are pointed straight ahead. So if we're doing lateral movements or side movements, you want to make sure that your joints or your imaginary headlights are pointed towards the front. Most importantly, please check in constantly throughout the movement practice to ensure that you are dialed into your breath, right? All of these things are forms of flow or yoga. I treat them all strength training, cardio, flexibility, like a moving meditation, right? So you can really get the therapeutic benefits for the mental calm and resilience, even though it's self-inflicted pressure. So listen to your inhale, letting the lungs expand with air, and also your exhale throughout the whole practice. That's going to help you to recover, right? So let's go ahead and get started, right? I'm going to set a little bit of a timer here. Do what you can. It's hard to be in a bad mood when you're jumping up and down. So let's start. Our palms are facing the floor. You're going to get the knees right up to your chest. Strive to get them straight up so you can release your back. You've been sleeping all night in that rounded, tight position. You want to start to open up your back and also your hips. Breathing nice and deep. Make sure you got the inhale and exhale. Take your knees out to the side, right? Natural bodies matter. Consider what you need your body to do for you the next 3 months, 6 months, year, 5 years. If you're not making consistent deposits, knees to the front, get the knees right up to your hands, palms face the floor. You want to make deposits daily. 10 seconds, knees out to the side, get them up to the elbows. All right, arm circles to the rear. Next movement pattern, you're going to alternately step back. Your fingertips are reaching for the ceiling, so make sure when you step back, you don't start arching your back. Leave enough space in between your legs. Step back. If you can, drop your knee down to the floor. Fingertips reach to the ceiling. Strive to draw the belly button in. If you can only go halfway down, just make sure you're bending the back knee so that your front thigh and glute are getting the work. The goal is to get the body nice and warm. Alternate step back. If you can touch the knee down gently, then do that. Fingertips reach for the ceiling. Elbows are nice and straight. Reach those fingertips up so you lengthen your torso. Woo. Take a nice little hop, shake your hands out. All right, so next movement pattern. Arms extended, shoulder height. Try not to let the arms drop down below the shoulders. Elbows are nice and straight. Same foot, same hand, kick it up. If you can touch the toes to the hands, that would be great. Do what you can. Breathing nice and deep. Good. Kick it over to the side. Take your foot up to the opposite hand. Get nice and warm. No machines necessary. Nice little bounce. Shake the hands out. Lymphatic system. Again, you're going to step back, but this time you're going to round your back out slightly, and then you're going to squeeze the elbows together behind you. So I'm going to step back, come up, squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you, alternate sides. So you get some mobility in your shoulder girdle. Remember, if you need to go halfway down, go halfway down. Otherwise, big step back so you really incorporate your thighs and your glutes. Getting your body nice and warm. All right, nice little shake it out. So you should feel your body getting nice and hot. We're coming into our first set of plank steps. So you're coming down to the floor. Level 1 is going to be tabletop position. Spread your fingertips. Make sure you leave enough space between your knees so my knees are not close together. You want to open the knees up so you have space between your knees. Knees are underneath the hips. Level 1, step the foot right outside the hand, back to center, alternate sides. Level 2, take your legs into a full extension plank. Keep your butt out of the air and step it out. Whatever is your biggest step possible so you can open up the hips and activate your core. Make sure your shoulders stay positioned over your wrists. Big step out, alternating sides. Don't let your hips and glutes go up into the air. Take a moment, sit back just for a moment so you can open up the ankles. Lean back just a little bit. Good. Extend your right arm up to the ceiling. Feel the stretch. Opposite side. Extend the fingertips up. Alternate sides so we can open up the ankles. Just like the hips, the ankles are often closed down. Extend all the way. Straighten your elbow out. Palms face the floor. Good. Stretch it up so I feel that all the way down to my back. Good. Alternate sides. If you need to rock side to side, you can do that. It's a nice active stretch. Good. You're going to stretch. Take the arm around 3 times. Good. Opposite side. Extend. Take the arm around 3 times. All right. Coming up. So you should feel a nice stretch in your ankles. Whew. Shake it out. Good. Lateral movement out to the side. So just check in for a moment. We're 9 minutes in. Again, that your pelvis is tucked under. You're stepping laterally out to the side. So remember, we said with the side movement, you want to make sure that your imaginary headlights are not going out this way. They're pointed straight ahead. So I'm stepping out to the side. My opposite hand is touching to the outside of the foot. Come up, reach the fingertips up in the center. Opposite side. Good, reach it up. Draw your belly button in. One leg is getting a stretch. The other one is getting a little baby dynamic squat. Alternate sides. Stomach muscles are drawn in. Listen to your inhale. And your exhale in the center. You're reaching for the ceiling. All right, so now you can either use your arms, hands laced behind your head, open up the elbows. You want the chest to stay nice and open, a good morning. So belly button's drawn in, hinge forward or lean forward at the hips. Put your glutes on the back wall, feel the stretch between your hamstrings and the glutes. Stand all the way up, squeeze your glutes. If you need to work with your posture and your form, use a broomstick. I'm not placing it ever on my spine. It's behind the shoulders. Belly button is drawn in, same movement pattern. Put your hips and glutes, belly button is drawn in. Put your hips and glutes on the wall behind you until you feel that stretch with a flat back. And stand up. Drive your hips forward. So I'm not hyperextending, leaning too far back. I'm simply standing straight up. Squeeze the glutes so the hip joints open. Lean forward, drive the hips forward. So I'm hinging forward, stand up, squeeze the glutes. This would be a nice, active, dynamic stretch. Good. So I'm going to sit down, right? If you need to put a stool or a block behind you, you can do so. Reach your hips back, stand, good, and press it up. Sit down, stand and press, sit and press. Good, and press. Good, and press. Start to add alternate knee up. Good, alternate knees up. Knee goes up, press the fingertips up to the ceiling. Reach your hips back, sit on that imaginary chair, or actually touch your glutes and your hips to a chair or a bed. Elbows go straight at the top. Again, get the body nice and warm. Sit it down. All right, so we're going to take a jack press. So level 1, if you cannot jump, you're going to step, step, press, step, 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 press. Nice and easy. Belly button's drawn in. That's level 1. Level 2, out, step, step, soft like a cat, step, 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 out, step, step. Level 3, simply jack and press. Belly button's drawn in, elbow joints nice and straight at the top, soft like a cat. Listen to your inhale and your exhale. For some of you, this might be enough of a movement practice. So go for good quality form. But you want to get rid of all the excuses for moving. If you have enough space for a mat, you have enough space to administer some deep therapy to yourself. Woo. Shoulder roll back. So you're going to extend the arms shoulder height. Again, you're going to kick up. This time starting on a diagonal. Foot kicks up to the opposite hand. Kick it up. If you can touch the hand, touch the hand. Otherwise, go for your fullest range of motion. Good. This time kick, same foot, same hand, straight to the center. Ten seconds. Good. So alternate step back again. Again, when you're stepping back, if you can only go halfway down, then respect where your body's at. But I'm leaving enough space in between my legs. I'm going to step back and press. Alternate sides. Even if you need to go at a slower tempo, go for quality movement. Step back and press. Step back and press. Elbows go straight at the top. So I'm getting nice and toasty. I've got some flexibility. I've got some cardio. And I've got a little strength. All in one nice little fruit roll up. Listen to your inhale and your exhale. Warming up your thighs and your glutes. So I'm using upper and the lower body so we can be nice and efficient. We're going to take another set of plank steps to activate the core. Coming right down to the floor. So again, tabletop position. So on level 1, again, hands and knees, make sure there's absolutely no arch in your back. Tuck your pelvis under. Belly button is drawn into the spine. Press the hands into the floor. Scapula is to the skin. Wipe your face if you're dripping with sweat. Level 1, step that foot outside of the hand. Alternate sides, you're getting core. You're having to use your arms to hold up the weight of your upper body. If that is too easy, keep your hips and glutes out of the air, full extension plank. Step that foot to the outside of the hand. The opposite leg is getting a big stretch. Center, right? As I push this heel towards the back wall, I'm feeling a deep stretch in my hip. We want to hold on to our original hips. So work with whatever your range of motion is. Breathe it out. Make sure your fingertips are nice and straight. So the next movement pattern, we're going to come down to the floor for inchworms, feet together, pelvis tucked under. If you need to bend your knees, slightly bend your knees. But if you can keep your legs straight, let's try to do that. So if you need to bend your knees, you're going to walk out flat, right? Tuck your hips under. Walk. Come up on the balls of your feet and then reach for the ceiling, right? If you can't keep the legs straight or feel that stretch in your hamstring, stomach muscles drawn in, walk out flat. Try not to let your back arch in the center. Nice flat plank. And reach it up. Walk it out. And reach it up. Knees to the chest. Little active recovery. I'm going to open up the hips. A little bit more. This is your active rest. So if you need to, take a sip of water. 17 minutes in. So you see, you can get your body nice and warm. No machines. Your body's original machine. So knees to the front, which is great as an active rest to release your back. Knees out to the side. Try to get the knees up to the elbows. Good. So squeezing your glutes. Try not to arch the back. Use your glutes to lift the leg to the rear. Constantly striving to open up the hips. The glutes are helping the legs to pull back, right? If you don't have muscle, and we're losing muscle every single year, especially after age 35, then when we have a fall, we're more likely to get a hip fracture, and our quality of life, usually our lifespan, goes down. That's a fact. So wipe your face. You're going to just kick it up a notch. So your movement pattern is going to be a jack press. You can stay with your body weight, or you can use, if you've been progressing with me, you're going to use the light water bottles. So starting with 2.5 pounds, we're going to superset that with trunk rotations for our core, right? So if you need to, you can step, press, step, press. Palms are facing each other. This might be enough for you. Step, press if you need to slow it down. Step, step. Strive to engage your core, right? You can stay right there with that size. Rest of my ladies, you know who you are. If you need to progress, stay right there. Step, press. Make sure belly button is engaged. Or next level is going to be jack, step, out, step, out, step. Level 3, jack and press. Whole nother dynamic, so you don't need to go heavy. Shoulders, core, cardio 1 time. If your arms get tired, just hold them right here. Just move the legs. Stay with your appropriate level. 10 seconds. place it down. I'm going to open up the hips a little bit more. So we love capoeira around here. So we're going to mimic some of the movement patterns. Again, we do functional movement to prepare us for some of the other things that we're going to need to do. So you can either use a stool, right? If you need a marker, or I like to use a foam roller. You knock it down, no problem. We're going to open up the hips. So externally rotate, right? Go right over that chair or that stool. Use the breath. Good. Internal, opposite direction. Whew, a couple more. 3, 2, good. And 1, side kick. So make sure you're not just simply flinging the foot. You want to strive, right? You're using your obliques, also your glutes, right? Glute medius. You're striving to pick the leg up, right? And then kick out and bring it in with control. So try not to just fling the foot. Use your breath, right? Also the standing leg, you can pivot a little bit on that standing leg. Here we go. 15 more. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and 1. So you should be able to feel your obliques there. So you can just use your body weight. Next movement pattern, our commercial break. Feet it together. You're going to take a little twist. You can stay here nice and low if you feel more comfortable. The arms are going to extend out to the side. Strive to keep your core pulled in. If you've been with me longer, this cycle, we're working on our little twisties with our trunk, holding on to the ball or to your appropriate size water bottle. So shoulders are retracted, right? Palms are all the way into the ball and twist. Pull the belly button in. So it's mostly lower body's moving. The torso is still pointing straight ahead. Get it together and then twist. So my arms are working, just holding up the weight of this ball. No machines, no problem. This is also great for your lower back. And this cardio. Nice and efficient, 30 seconds. Oh gosh. 6 seconds. Oh gosh. So take a moment, do a check-in. My heart rate got up to 80%. RPE scale of 1 to 10. How hard are you working? 10 being the most challenging, 1 being the easiest. Let's balance the body up, out, and open up the other hip. Externally rotate. Good. Opposite direction, internally rotate. So your hip flexors on the front of the thigh are also working. 5 more. Good. Side kicks on the other side. So again, dial in. Make sure you're kicking with control. Don't just merely fling the foot. You're working your obliques. So bring that up. Think of your hip coming to your ribs and kick out to the side. Also, you can pivot the standing leg. Ten more. Lift the knees to the chest. All right, so you're going to grab your ball again. Take another twisty. Feet together. Torso stays facing forward. Oh gosh, sweating. And twisting, rotating your trunk, the lower half. Keep your palms pressed into the ball. Or the water bottle, or just your body weight. If it's your body weight, your arms are alternately switching out to the side. Oh gosh. 15 seconds. Oh gosh. Knees to the chest. 26 minutes in. All right. So let's take a little bit more core. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a burpee, 5 burpees. You can modify them. And then we're going to go into a plank to finish off, right? So if it's beginner, again, tuck your pelvis and engage your core. You're going to take your time. You can bend your knees. Bend your knees if you need to. Place the hands. Step, step. Lay all the way down. Place your hands on the floor. Pick your hands up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. I should be able to put my hand in a karate chop in the center of your back. Place the hands. Curl the toes under. Press your hands into the floor. Step, step. Cover the balls of your feet. And then reach for the ceiling, right? If you feel a little stronger, you can add a baby light cat hop at the top. Ready? Here we go. I'll give you 1. This is 2. Take your appropriate level. 3. 4. 5. Coming down into your plank. Dios mío. Wipe the face. So we're going to go for a minute. Press your elbows into the floor. Tuck your hips under. Here we go. So your legs are totally straight. Keep your butt out of the air. Tuck your hips under. Draw your belly button into your spine. Squeeze your glutes slightly. Listen to your breath. That's 10 seconds. So think of pressing your hands into the floor. Pressing your body away from the floor. Shoulder blades are to the skin. Keep tucking under. Keep drawing that belly button in. 20 seconds.
You are burning fat.
Breathe nice and deep. Dios mío. 30 seconds, halfway there. Squeeze your butt cheeks, tuck your hips under. Your lower back should be nice and long. Keep pressing your hands into the floor. 20 seconds to go. Draw that belly button in. Nose is itching. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Switch your glutes back to your heels. Walk your hands right out in front of you. Want to take a quick alternate arm leg reach. Just for some more core. So your tabletop position, make sure you leave space in between your knees, right? And also make sure when you extend, you do not arch your back. Keep your hips tucked under left elbow to right knee, and then extend, thumb points toward the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Make sure again, you release your back. Opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sit your glutes back to your heels. That's nice and quick. So that's our warm-up, right? That's a functional dynamic warm-up. For a lot of people, that is a workout in and of itself. You're going to come into a nice little lunge, a low lunge. Push your hip forward and then tuck your pelvis under. You're going to feel a deep stretch in the hip. This being tight affects our back. So my right leg is down. Squeeze your right glute. Right fingertips reach up for the ceiling. Reach your right fingertips over to the left side. Think of pulling up and out of your hip. Reach your hips back. And walk your hands forward. Reach for either your calf, your ankle, or around the foot. Breathe into your stretch. Pull your belly button away from your thighs. Good. Switch sides. So I'm lunging on the opposite side. So lunge forward. But here my pelvis is spilling forward. So tuck your hips under. My left knee is down. So squeeze the left glute. Left fingertips reach up for the ceiling. So I'm squeezing down here to open up the hip. But think of lifting up and out of the hip. Now reach your left fingertips over to the opposite side. Breathe into your stretch. Notice as the body starts to cool itself down. And gently reach your hips backward. Pull your belly button in and pull your stomach muscles away from your thighs. Walk your hands forward. Reach for your ankle. Reach for your calf, your ankle around the foot. And rather than rounding the back, reach your chest forward for a deeper stretch in the back of the leg. So I'm feeling it in the back of the leg on the extended leg. And then round my hip and glute towards my lower back on the opposite side. All right. So that's part 1 of our movement practice. We're going to get into our strength portion. If you'd like to train daily, we move every day this year, then reach out at BODYCULINARY. Create a great day on purpose simply because you said so. Like, comment respectfully, and subscribe. See you soon.